A fresh read on the Obama economy earlier this morning. Jobs numbers, just 151,000 created in August. That's it. Hiring slowing down. Wages not growing, up 0.1%. And the participation rate still at a generational low, near a 40-year low. Former Labor Department Chief of Staff Paul Conway is with us. All right, so I've painted a pretty miserable picture right there, Paul. First off, I guess, let's get your take on this report. Any bright lights in there, or is it pretty disappointing?
I actually think it's disappointing. First of all, it's below the average of the past 2 months. That's important to keep in mind. And the other thing is the two biggest sectors that had any growth here were in the food services and bars and restaurants, and then the second one was social services. So these are not the quality jobs that are aspirational. If you're a blue-collar worker, you're trying to move up, or you're trying to secure and keep your place in the middle class, these are not the jobs that are being created to help you do that. And if you're a parent looking at a millennial trying to figure out how they're going to use their education, these are not the jobs that are being created that match their skills and their education investment.
Yeah, I was just going through some of these numbers. Construction down 6,000, manufacturing down 14,000. I would mention those two in particular, not a good sign for the economy or the health of the economy.
Not at all. I mean, the other factor that you didn't mention at the top, but I think is important to keep in mind is under Jimmy Carter, who's kind of considered the high watermark of not great performance, the GDP under Jimmy Carter was over 3%. Right now, the high average for Obama is 1.5%. So if you're taking a look at all of these metrics, including the jobs numbers, it's a pretty dark picture for how economic growth is happening. And we all know that economic growth is the only thing that creates prosperity in the public sense, the voter sense, that things are headed in the right direction.
$2.5 trillion in stimulus spent on this economy. Record tax receipts, and we can get growth that can't even reach 2%. Is this an indictment of the Obama economy?
Well, I think it is. I think really if you take a look at these numbers and the consistent stagnant growth, this is the new normal, but really what it is, it's a performance metric of a government that believes through executive order, law, regulation, and professional licensing, somehow you can steer people into more honorable jobs according to the elite and away from things that have made America great, like manufacturing, steel workers, pipe workers, coal workers, those who are in fishing. All of the regulatory agenda is geared against those things that have traditional growth. And I think what you need to see is an agenda that's much different than that, and I think that's what people are looking for. So any aspiration that somebody has could be met by a full-time, meaningful job, not just taking numbers, a quantitative look at things and saying there's full employment, but taking a look at qualitative. That's really where the difference is, and that's what America's always been about.
Right. Quality of jobs, what it pays, what it can do for that individual in the future. Good stuff. Paul Conway, thank you so much. Appreciate it.